I'm April McKinney, and today I'm going to show you some buffalo turkey sliders. Now, if you have not had buffalo chicken dip, then you are behind the times, because over the past probably 2 years, I'd say, it is everywhere, all over Pinterest, all over Facebook, buffalo chicken, everything. And so I am just joining the club, and I'm making these buffalo turkey sliders. So a little bit different than the dip, but we're going to use some of those same flavor combinations, and I think you're really going to like these. Great for a tailgate party, or if you're just having people over to watch the game, or if you don't watch any games, just if you're having people over. They're really good. So what we're starting out with is some ground turkey, and I use the lean ground turkey. Now, if you can find ground chicken, you could use that too, but we are keeping it a little lighter by using the white meat instead of ground beef or something like that. Okay, and the next thing I'm gonna do is just add some flavors to the turkey, to our burgers, our sliders. I'm gonna add a couple dashes of Worcestershire sauce. And I am doing half the recipe in the video. Below the video, you'll see the full recipe, so it'll be a pound of turkey. You'll end up getting 16 sliders out of the full recipe, so plenty if you're having some friends over. Next is some cheese. I'm actually adding cheese to these burgers because, well, why wouldn't I? Cheese is just good, and it's gonna make the burgers taste better. So we're getting cheddar cheese inside of these little turkey sliders. I'm also adding some celery because celery goes with buffalo chicken tenders, buffalo chicken wings, the whole thing. And so we're going to get sort of that crunch and that celery flavor right into the slider. And we're going to do a pinch of salt, about a 1/4 teaspoon, and some fresh ground pepper. Okay, that's the only ingredients we're adding to the burgers. Really simple. I'm going to take my rings off. The easiest way to do this, I always say, is just get in there with your hands and start moving it around, because you don't want to over mix this. And really the easiest way to tell if you're over mixing it is if you are doing it with your hands, and you can combine them easier, all the ingredients, make sure you get it all well incorporated. You don't want to leave any of that cheese out. So like I said, you're going to get 16 sliders out of the full recipe, so I'm going to make 8 with this half recipe. So I like to sort of divide the meat in the bowl into 4 sections, and that way I know I'm going to get about 2 sliders from each section. Just kind of an easy way to do it. Just sort of ball them up in your hand, press them down. I like to make them a little bit flatter than what you would think, because if you make them into little balls, then they're just gonna ball up even more when you cook them. And we don't want little balls, we want little burgers, little patties. Okay, get these flattened out. So I'm just gonna keep on doing this. Once I get these done, I'm gonna throw them in the refrigerator just to let them chill and let them firm up a little bit in there. And then I'll show you what is going on top, which really makes this the buffalo chicken or buffalo turkey sliders. It really brings it all together. Alrighty. Alright, so my slider patties are in the refrigerator, and now I'm gonna make the topping for this. And this topping, you could just eat it with a spoon. It is so good. And what I'm gonna do is get some cream cheese. I have some room temperature cream cheese, and it's kind of, you don't have to have room temperature, but it's just easier to mix up without having to get a mixer out if you have it room temperature already. So I've got some cream cheese here, and this is soft cream cheese, and I'm using the low fat because, hey, why not? The next thing I want to do is I'm going to add some mayonnaise in here, and I'm going to do about 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise. I can get it out of the thing there. Get this out. And the mayonnaise, you know, it's just going to add a good flavor. It's going to lighten up the cream cheese texture a little bit, because if I just put cream cheese, that might be a little too much, too rich. And so the mayonnaise will loosen it up a little bit. So I just like to get this stirred up. Cream cheese, mayonnaise, all the culprits of the typical tailgate party. But they do make stuff good, I gotta say. They make tailgate food taste really good. Okay, and we're not getting too much of it on this, because I'm just gonna top each burger with some. So instead of, you know, getting your chip and dunking it in and getting about as much as you'd get on one burger on one chip, you're gonna have some portion control built into this, and that's really important, I think. Okay, 2 tablespoons of the Frank's Red Hot Sauce. This is like the hot sauce that you buy for buffalo wings. If you're making, you know, buffalo chicken dip, anything like that, this is the hot sauce. It's so good. I always have it in my refrigerator. Adds a lot of great flavor. And I'm just gonna get this mixed up. This is how easy the topping is, so you can't say I didn't give you something easy for a tailgate party. because this is really simple. And you can kind of go less or more on the hot sauce depending on how hot you like it. We like it pretty spicy. So I'm, go ahead and adding the full 2 tablespoons. And just make sure you get it all mixed up. And if the cream cheese is not totally mixing, if you see some of those little white lumps in there, it's okay, because we're going to put these on the little sliders while they're still hot, and it'll just melt right into the burger. So it will be good to go. All right, one last thing, of course, got to get a little pinch of salt, fresh ground pepper. And this is the topping, this is it. So we've got our topping ready now. We're about to cook our little sliders up, but the one thing I want to do before we go over there to the skillet is I want to show you what I'm doing for the buns for these little sliders. Now you can use any kind of roll that you find, like dinner roll. And so I'm taking a dinner roll here. I'm just going to split it right in half with a knife. So this way I have this flat edge, which is important whenever you are going to have a burger and you're going to set something on it. This, I don't really need all this bread. It's a little too much bread for a burger. So I just take some of that inside out and then it'll top it. And then so you have sort of a hollowed out little bun here, and it's perfect for these sliders. It fits perfectly, and who doesn't love a good old dinner roll? So that's all for the rolls. And I'm gonna show you how it all comes together. Okay, so all of the components of my sliders are ready. So I have got this skillet heating up. It's over about medium-high heat, and I've got a little bit of oil in there. And I'm just gonna take my little sliders and just put them right in. You can hear there's a little bit of a sizzle there, just like I like. And it's gonna get browned on one side. We're gonna cook them for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side, just until they're cooked through. All right, these are ready to flip, and I can smell that cheese. Oh my gosh, these are gonna be so good. You can see they got a little browned on one side. Just got a couple more minutes. Okay, y'all, my sliders are done. They look perfect. They smell incredible. I wish you could smell them. One thing I like to do that I haven't told you is I like to put my little rolls in the microwave for just about a minute, just to soften them up so they're really soft, and they're going to be so good. They smell nice and buttery. This is going to be to die for. I cannot wait to get a bite of this. So I'll assemble one here. So I've got my little roll here. I'm going to put one of my little sliders right in there. And then I'm going to get a spoonful of this yummy topping. And I'm telling you, oh my gosh. Thank goodness Zach is not home yet, because he would be eating the whole plate of these. All right, y'all, I've got to get a bite of this, but be sure and make these. Let me know what you think, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you like this video and to see more videos. Also, you can like my Facebook page, Cooking with April McKinney, and check out my website, aprilmckinney.com, for lots more recipes and videos. Cheers.